Okay, so I think I'm at a point where it's time to start this. This is going to be the teardown of this limited edition 62 MAS reissue. This is the SBDC055. You can see it's got the tags and all that other kind of stuff. Cross-specs Padi with the Padi strap. So this is a brand new watch. This is the one that Sam of the Casual Watch Reviewer channel, my brain doesn't work anymore. Casual Watch Reviewer channel purchased, and then I had all kinds of troubles with. So this is a brand new watch, and it came from Seiko in Japan. It went back to Seiko in New Jersey. New Jersey said in order to fix the problem, they would need to replace the entire movement, but they wouldn't do it there. Sam would have to send it back to Japan to have that done. So brand new movement. So here are the current numbers. Hang on just one second. So this is what we're seeing. I don't know why they would say, well, we have to replace the entire movement. I mean, this isn't great, but I've certainly seen worse. The amplitude is low. For comparison's sake, a 7 series movement in good condition should be running in the 270s and the 280s easily. Like a 7S26A movement in the first generation of the SKX 007s will run like that very, very, very easily. This movement family is old. This is an old movement family. Seiko's been producing a version of these since the 1960s. For example, this is a 7005 Seiko, and this is from 1972, but they made a version of this watch in the late 60s. Same exact thing. Note the 62 MAS handset. And this has a 7005 movement in it, which is, in its core, is not a whole lot different from the 7000 series that came afterwards, up through the 7S series. And the 7S series is what the 4R and 6R movements were based on. So this is an old movement family, and Seiko had it figured out. These watches run beautifully after service, beautifully. This one, not so much. Here is this. This is a 6R15 movement right here. This is one that I pulled out of basically an almost brand new Alpinist, and it had the usual problem that when these new movements have problems, it's always the same problems: beat error and low amplitude, inaccuracies, that kind of thing. So this owner, he didn't even want to bother. He just, can you please just swap the movement? So I ordered a replacement NE15, which is a 6R15. It's the same thing. And I put his 6R15 branded weight back on that movement, and this one just stayed here. So this was like a brand new movement and a brand new watch, and it's the same thing that I'm always seeing. Let's see what these numbers have to say. Hang on just one second. This is another 6R15. This came out of a, like I said, an almost brand new Alpinist. This movement has almost no time on it. Real typical. So, okay. So we've got our work cut out for us. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to start. It's time to start. So how would you stop it? Let's do it like this. Okay, so, I mean, here's the watch. This is the 6R15 SBDC055. We're going to open it up, and we're going to pull that movement, and we are going to check it out. So I'm going to pause this for a second because I've got to find my tool, and that's about it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I found my handy dandy tool. Let's pop these things out. These have the pierced lugs, which is always kind of a nice feature. It makes it a little bit easier to pull these spring bars, which is a nice thing. Okay, so there we go. This is one of Larry Bellini's 22 millimeter waffle straps, which I had a hand in creating. Which I didn't do any of the hard work. I just had the idea. Let's see. So let's open this up here. Let's get this open. Let's see what we find, shall we? hang on just 1 second. Rather than hold this under the camera, let me actually get it firmly locked in place. Come on. Oh. Okay, so what I had to actually do is do the thing right, and I went and put it in my rubber-jawed case vise so I could really get a handle on it. My LG case wrench here. Let me put that thing away. Let's look. Okay, let me blow off the edge of this thing real quick. Okay, so here we have, there it is in all of its glory, 6R15 inside the Padi limited edition. It's got a few skin flakes on it, which is interesting because, I mean, as far as I know, it didn't really have any wrist time. Clean those flakes up here. Let's get that done. Pull this seal. We don't need that seal running around. Let's do that really quick. Okay. Just went and saw Incredibles 2 today, by the way. It was cool. I swear it's better than the first one. Great movie. I took the girls. It was lots of fun. 6R15. Now the biggest difference between the 6R15 and the 4R15 is the composition of the mainspring. This is a 6R15 that has a Sprawn mainspring, which in theory gives it a 50-hour power reserve, but you know, we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, movement looks pretty clean. That's the thing with these, is we never really see what the problem is. I mean, it looks like it should be fine, but you know, Seiko looked at this and said, okay, we're gonna have to rip it completely apart. Have to rip it completely apart. Well, okay, so we're gonna pause here, and let's pull this movement and get this thing going. I'm not gonna disassemble the case. Normally I would disassemble the entire case, but I'm not doing that right now. There's just no point in my doing that because the case is new. Okay, the hacking works. Okay, cool. What I want to do is, rather than trying to look at this through my phone screen, I want to pause and actually pull this, and then we'll revisit, okay? Okay, so we've got this out and pulled out. I noted a couple of interesting things. Let's see, where's my pokers? There. Interestingly, is that the crown seal on these new types is 2 little seals, versus the old school original kind, which was 1 big seal. I don't know why they went to 2 parts from 1, but they did. I'm kind of don't know why. And just in terms of how these movements look, I pulled out a 7S36A out of my supplies, so you can really see what they look like. So there's your 6R15, which is in hacking, by the way. And there's this 7S36A. This was a loose movement that I pulled out of my parts drawer just for fun. I haven't done anything to this movement at all. I've never serviced it. It literally was loose. It was something that came in a part slot. I want to put it on the time grapher. I do have it up to full power. Let's see how this 7S36A is doing, shall we? Should be fun. I have no idea what we're going to find. Numbers are a little dirty, but they're cleaning up. I swear to you, I haven't done anything to this movement. This was a loose movement that I got in a part slot that has been sitting in a drawer. It's a 7S36A movement. I haven't touched it or adjusted it at all. I haven't cleaned it. I haven't done a damn thing to it. And it's running better than this brand new limited edition Padi. That's amazing. I swear to God, I haven't done anything to this movement. But this is an A version. 7S36A. Wow, I'm going to have to restore this movement and put it in something. Holy cow. And this is what it's like unrestored. after coming out loose out of a parts drawer. That's nuts. Okay, so let's put ourselves back together, and I'm going to take this 7S36A, and I'm going to mark that as a special movement. Would you stop it? Stop it. Mark that as a special movement. Already running better, in better adjustment than the brand new 6R15. A-type movements, I tell you. You either get earlier 7000 series, like this, or 7019, or a 7002, or a 7S26A, or a 7S36A. Boy, it's bomb-proof. I'll do a service on this one, and we'll see how it goes. I'll do that at a later date, but I'm going to put this one aside. I just grabbed the only movement I found in that particular parts drawer that looked intact and clean, and powered it up. Here we are. So you can see that they're very, very, very similar in how they work. And on the front side, they look the same as well. Click. There she's running. Okay, so we're good to go. We're good to go. I'm going to start, we're going to start ripping this thing down, but that's going to be in the next video. So I'll pull this apart in the next video, and we'll talk about the things that we find, okay? So thanks for watching, and Excelsior.